Some of you guys wanted me to make a deck video, so here it is. I'll let you guys know, I haven't played enough to claim I'm some sort of guide, but I can give you newer players the information I know. I won't overcomplicate it, I'll just give you the rundown. There's a lot that goes into making a deck in Absolver: frame data, damage, special move synergy, stringing, and feints. The only thing I'm going to go over is why damage and mix-ups are important. The guy I'm fighting is a button masher, and it doesn't work if your opponent's moves are all low frame, 10 to 12 startup. Plus I'm using parry strike, which is the spam breaker move. My opponent should have noticed by now that I've been doing the same string on repeat. He should be waiting for an opportunity to parry punish. It wouldn't cost him much health either, but I guess he fell for it anyway. Oh well. This second guy here is a newer player, and you'll see I'm getting poked out of my string because my opponent is starting to anticipate my timing. This is usually when it's time to start feinting, and you'll notice I throw a few out, but from my experience, lower level players tend to not react to feints, and they'll just keep trying to poke through everything. So the reason why this fight looks so even is because I'm using a deck that doesn't synergize well, and instead of blocking to try and get his timing down, I try to poke him out of his combo. But instead, the same thing that I did to the last guy is now happening to me. This first deck is bad for a couple of reasons. There's no strong moves that I have that I can string after a guard break. If I break someone's guard, my follow-up is going to be 70 or 80 damage. The only thing it kind of has going for it is speed, but this deck was made a long time ago when the player base was not as good as they are now. The deck needs more mix-ups. Mix-ups are essentially different direction attacks. Lower skill players will almost never do it, but you must learn feints. On console it's pretty easy, you just press your back trigger at the start of the attack. Feints allow you to skip to a different part of your deck, and can bait people into screwing up their timing. One last time, it's really important to have your moves go in different directions, because when you add feints, it becomes confusing and hard to predict, and that is the core of good Absolver gameplay. This is the new deck I was using a couple of months ago. I wasn't playing all too often. It's better than the last one, but it still lacks a lot. If you feint correctly and use your style effectively, you can mitigate the cons of a badly put together deck, but against people at your skill level, you're probably going to lose if it comes down to the clutch. In this clip, I fight someone of a similar skill level, but again, because there isn't really much rhyme or reason to my deck, I get poked out a lot.
Also, it's a little laggy.
My starting attacks either aren't quick enough, ranged far enough, or safe enough on block for the follow-up hit, and the result is pretty much spam in an attempt to out-trade the other guy. I'm not respecting my stamina bar or his stamina bar, and I'm leaving myself open to guard breaks time and time again.
Also, it's a little laggy.
I can't show it because I'm thinking of doing a tournament soon, but this fight I'm using my newest deck, which utilizes frame advantage, mix-ups, high damage guard breaks and follow-ups, feints, and you can see the result is not fun for someone on the other side. I haven't even really been using the deck that long. The strings are just organized in a much better fashion. On top of the strings being higher damage and inherently harder to predict, feinting makes it so that my opponent has to guess whether I'm going to do a 13 frame low kick or cancel that into a heavy high kick that goes the opposite way. Hey, if you got any questions or just want to talk, come to my Friday streams. I want to revive this game, guys. Sub and share the content.